Folks, welcome to tonight's presentation. We've entitled the presentation tonight, The Power of Change. Change is a really, really amazing concept in life. Sometimes we don't like, and sometimes we absolutely love. And maybe I can bring it up here on the screen, but not right here.
I need to.
Hold on a second. We've got somebody not muted that we need to make sure we get muted, sounds like. If you could check the bottom left-hand side of your screen, folks, and make sure that you are muted, that would be fabulous. Fabulous, fabulous. It looks like Del Rey. There we go. Okay, perfect. I've got this picture here. It says balance on it. It's got a great picture of a rock. And on there, it says that life is change and change is stability. Life is change and change is stability. You know, change is an interesting topic. If we were all still running around in a horse and buggy, we wouldn't be getting as many places and experiencing many things as we've had. And some people were nervous about the change of having airplanes, and I know a lot of people who are really excited about having airplanes now. Every time we get a new update in the computer, we have people that are nervous about change, but I don't know too many people that wish they were operating off of their Commodore 64 at this point. I don't know too many people who are upset that they're not making a Commodore 64 at this point. But understand that change is a really, really important phenomenon in our life, and that life is change, and that change does bring long-term stability. In fact, if we don't change, we get left behind in instability. So change is a really important thing, and we have a lot of changes taking place in Nikken, and we can look at that as a really exciting thing, or we can be frustrated. That's a matter of choice. It's a matter of attitude in the process of that. And we're going to go over some of those things and help to illuminate the brighter side of all of those things and why this is a really exciting time to be in Nikken. We're going to talk about change. We're going to talk about a new fee structure that Nikken has. And I apologize up front for any typos this presentation has. I've been very busy with all of the people we've been mentoring. And so there are lots of typos. Please forgive those in advance. We're going to talk about the changes in the websites that you have for your customers. We're going to talk about the new Nikken app, a new paradigm in Nikken about retail sales. We're going to talk about the book, The 4-Year Career. And we're going to talk about some major new things taking place in January that you're really going to want to be aware of, and know how it functions in your business. So life is change, and change is stability. We have to be able to adapt. There were many things that my father didn't like on the farm that had to deal with change. But as we learned how to take on some of those changes, we were able to see growth in many areas. And the same thing happens for us. We're going to have products in Nikken. I don't know about you, but I hope we're in business 100 and 200 and 500 years from now, that we can pass this on to our children, our grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. And between now and then, there's probably going to be some product updates. Some of our products will not be here. When I got started in Nikken, we had AM and PM vitamins. And we also had another one that we nicknamed BM because it was fiber. And that product, there's been a lot of information that's come out in nutrition since then. And I'm glad that we don't have those original vitamins. There were some people who were upset when they left, but as they adapted to the new technology, became excited about the new technology. So just know that that's going to be a natural phenomenon if you plan on being in Nikken for more than 6 months. You will see change in our product line. There are some products that will be released as temporary products. And know that every industry has things that we have access to and then we don't have access to. Also know that there will be change over the years in leadership. In my years with Nikken, there have been 5 vice presidents of sales. Nikken is a corporation with jobs that are offered. And as you know, in the corporate world, Some people come and some people go. Some people move on to other things. Some people are fired and let go. We will see things move in the corporation. You'll also see things that change within the field. Some of you may have a sponsor who is no longer there, who literally came in because they wanted to try a few products, happened to mention it to you, but their passion wasn't building a Nikken business. Or maybe circumstances have changed such that they're not able to focus on this at this point. But what you have to decide is are you going to build this? Are you going to be here long term? I remember Dave Johnson talking about some of his biggest leaders were people who were originally 5, 10, 15 levels deep in his organization, but they rolled up. Will you be here long enough to see that happen within your own organization? Some quick updates here. The Kinkotherm Cocoon on the top right-hand side of your screen is a temporary, while supplies last product. That is an amazing product. The sleeping bag, if you will, with tri-phase technology has a new updated zipper. We had this briefly released in the summer, and this new one has a stronger zipper that is in it. We have Kinko Thermoware, which you see on the right-hand side. Again, a seasonal item while supplies last. Folks, I recommend you get your hands on that as quickly as you can. It's amazing for burns, even sunburns. It's amazing for people with achiness, many people with autoimmune diseases, all those types of things. It's also just a really great product for keeping warm and cooling. If you start getting the flu or something like that, it's a phenomenal, phenomenal product. The Milana necklace and earrings. Wow, absolutely gorgeous. A stunning, stunning collection that Nikken has put together there. Just released at Thanksgiving. It is while supplies last. An amazing thing for you to stick on your Christmas lists. Put it as stocking stuffers. The True Elements Marine Organic Skincare. Just again, in time and Christmas, I just unpacked mine. I used it. I'm absolutely in love. The Youth Serum is phenomenal. They have a velvet that is for cleansing, a cleansing velvet that I use for shaving. They have a shower gel. I mean, this is just a really great line. We were told that because sales weren't strong enough that we would no longer have the Kinko Light and the Kinko Air. But as Nikken altered prices, and those were put on the while supplies last, those things moved like hotcakes. And Nikken said, well, we're going to give this another try, folks. They believe that at the new price, you may be interested in selling enough of them to make it sizzle. And I know a lot of people who are really passionate about the Air. We will be getting the Kinko Air back towards the latter part of January. Talk about that product. Have sales ready to go. They only have 400 of those that are coming in this next order. I'm hopeful they're going to sell them out the day that they arrive. And that's up to you talking about the importance of that technology. And just to give you maybe a little bit of leverage and understanding, that product is probably one of the most amazing products that Nikken has. Millions upon millions of dollars in research and development. When we first got it had been under 3 years worth of R&D. It was a $1,250 product retail for people to purchase. And I bought 4 of them at the wholesale price at that point, just under $1,000. And a really, truly amazing product. Well, it's gone through 2 upgrades since then. The Kinko Air Purifier that we currently have is more efficient than hospital HEPA filtration, produces 0 in terms of the ozone, but we're the only product that's able to do that and produce negative ions. It is a phenomenal, it's also highly economical for power. You don't even know the things in your room because it's so quiet. But I'm going to encourage you guys, these are really wonderful products, but we're only going to be able to keep that Kinko Air Purifier if we let folks know about it. It's now discounted. For years, it's been around $700 in the retail category. It's under, I believe, $400 in that retail arena. So get it while you can. A phenomenal product. Change. You know, the area that I grew up, we used to have a lot of thunderstorms. We had winters where it was cold enough that literally we were 50 below for almost a week each winter. I remember a couple winters that it was like that. And we just don't see that now. Well, things change as to what people want to buy. When 2008 hit, People weren't buying our actual mattress. They were just buying toppers. And so Nikken no longer carried the mattress. People stopped buying the whole house the under-counter water unit, and just started going for the less expensive one that sits on the countertop. So we will see change in our products lines based upon what people are buying, and Nikken has to adapt to that. Typically, the bottom 10 or 20% will disappear, the things that aren't selling, and that's what makes room for new things for us to have. There are other things that are happening out there in terms of litigation we're going to talk about. There's litigation against two major companies in the network marketing arena right now, and that's giving rise to some focus on old regulations and making those new again, so to speak. There are changes in how we market. People's attention spans. People don't sit down for long meetings anymore. In fact, getting them to plop into a 5-minute video is about as long as they can get. How information is received has changed. What people's expectations are has changed. And so understand that if we're to adapt as a company, we have to be prepared for changing in many ways. So let's talk about litigation here for a minute. There's a company, many of you know, that Herbalife has gone under a hedge fund bet against Herbalife and then sought to take it down so they could make a whole bunch of money. So there's been a lot of litigation in that category for the past many, many months. I think it's going 18 months now. Another company called Vima, a juice company of the early 2000s, they hit some trouble this last year. Not too long ago, actually. There were people who complained because college kids were being preyed upon, so to speak, was the viewpoint. They thought that these kids were being asked to buy multiple packs, multiple of the same product in order to reach earning levels and bonuses. And the company was frozen. They couldn't ship product. They could not deliver paychecks to their consultants. And Nikken has said, we never want that to happen. And so they've been studying the litigation, the things that have taken place in this case, and many things have given rise from that. The idea of front-end loading, we haven't had a problem with that with Nikken because we have so many different products. You can buy one of everything, and still, I mean, there's still more to offer. Our packs have not been things that duplicated, but Nikken has decided that because the regulatory agencies are nervous about packs, that they're not going to be offering company packs like we've had in the past. The former career pack and demo pack, or what we call the night pack, the day pack, the sleep pack, the environment pack. So we're not going to have those, but as field leaders, we can still continue to share those. And I sent copies of those to you. They're not discounted, but they give people a way of looking at concepts rather than a whole bunch of individual items. The idea of selling active wellness or selling the wellness home is easier than selling 40 different items. So the concept of daytime energy, nighttime energy, things to help with the environment are still really great ways to market these products. So know that those packs are available. When we send those emails out, you want to save those because it's not going to be something that's available through the company website. There were issues in this Vima lawsuit about personal purchases for rank, personal purchases in order to get a check, personal purchases for incentives. And so you're going to see here changes in Nikken in January, and I'll explain those as we go through that latter part of the presentation, about how your personal purchases are still very, very important. You want to be on auto ship. You want to get your own personal products. You want to be able to have things to share, and you're still going to get commissions off of those, but those things will no longer be things that qualify you for any ranks, any pin levels, any incentives, or even to get a check. And we're going to explain how you will be able to qualify to get checks. The other thing that's come out of this is they're re-looking at what is a valid network marketing business. And one proposal indicates that internal consumption does not legitimate a business. So if you open up a restaurant where you're the only one eating at your restaurant, do you have a business or do you have a kitchen? And so what is being proposed by the regulatory agencies is that that we have to have 51% of our business outside of the tree or outside of the network. Well, that's a great thing. It's bringing on a new emphasis of a customer. And having an emphasis of a customer is a really, really important thing. And what I want to talk about with this, folks, is if up till this point, we had many people who were signing up in Nikken just for the sake of getting a discount. And so we'll say 80% of the people who signed up were just really wholesale customers. But then they would get all the information about the business. And when they got the information about the business, they were upset because they got all this business information. Well, they signed up for a business, but then they were upset. And for those of us trying to give information to people in the field, we had people that were upset about getting business information. So we want to be able to keep business people updated about business thing and customers getting information that's really good for customers. So you're going to see a very big emphasis about something called registered customers as we move forward in Nikken. So know that that is coming, and there's a major emphasis on customers and big incentives for those customers. And we'll talk about how we're going to do that. If you haven't noticed already, there is a new price for joining Nikken. And some people have gone, oh my goodness, this price has gone up. It used to be 60 and now it's 99. Why has it gone up? Well, understand, I am so excited about this new price. One of the reasons is I believe that there's a lot of people who took for granted what they had with a Nikken distributorship. They didn't realize what they had their hands on. Now, the initial startup is $99, and if you've got someone that's just grabbing some little things that's only going to be a customer, don't have them sign up. Those days are gone. But I do want to let you know that your new membership for $99 or your new annual renewal fee of $79 comes packed with so much more than it ever did. It now includes a free web page. That used to cost, for those who had web pages, it was over $300 annually to have a personal web page to be able to market our products. That is now free. The Nikken app that is due to be released any hour, literally within the next week, it's as soon as the iStore approves it, everything's been submitted. We expect to have it literally any second. But there'll be a big announcement that comes out. That app is going to be free. There'll be free Nikken University events. What formerly used to cost each person in the distributorship $199 to go to Humans Being More training will now be free. So understand this $99 and $79 renewal is a big, big transformation for our businesses. So what used to cost a brand new person $360, $60 for their application and $300 for their web page, is now, whoops, I put 90 on the screen. I apologize. That's $99 their first year. That's a big, major improvement. I want to talk about here free personal web pages. There are many people who are on the call tonight who do not have a Nikken personal web page, or at least they don't think that they have access to one. You do have access to one, and I'm actually going to give a training. If you look down the bottom of the screen in the blue, I'm going to give another webinar just like this Saturday at 2:30 p.m. And please take notes, that's Mountain Standard Time, 2:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. It's the same link you used today to jump on board. If you want to write it down again, I have it at the bottom of the screen. But we're going to talk about how to set up your own personal web pages. Literally everybody who is on board gets a free personal web page. And so there's no reason now that someone shouldn't have a business card that has their name, their email, and their personal web page. To give out, you can put your personal web page on the bottom of your email signatures on your business cards. And it's really quite self-explanatory about how to set up your personal web page. You can do it yourself by going to mynikken.com, clicking on My Business, and roughly item 10 says personal web page, and all of the things are there. But if you're nervous about that, I will show you step by step on Saturday how to set up your free personal web pages. And you want to turn the lead generator on, because anybody who is Googling Nikken and going to Nikken.com and looking for a sponsor, if you're not signed up there, you're not getting the free leads from Nikken. So you want to make sure that you are getting, I mean, people go on there, buy things for retail all the time, and you can be getting a check whether you're building a business or not if you just activate that. And I would rather have people in our organization rather than everybody else's organization having that feature turned on. So please educate your folks to get their personal web pages activated. This is also something that may activate people who were only customers before, as they navigate that and realize there's a way to be able to generate income. The other thing that's coming for free that used to be an added cost for us is the advanced account services at mynikken.com. It used to be that those services were part of the web page service, cost us $24.95 a month. It's now all free. Everybody, and I repeat, everybody now has access to genealogy, products, shipments tracking of everything that's happening in their downline, the ability to send an email broadcast to every single person in their entire organization. They have the ability to, I mean, there's so many features that were previously called advanced eNikken or advanced account services that you all now have for free. So very excited that Nikken has done this for us. Now, Nikken University. Nikken is still very committed to the 5 pillars of health: healthy mind, body, family, society, and finances. Nikken is committed to the humans being more philosophy. But how we receive that is being transformed in this electronic era. There will be many things that are available online that are Nikken related. This coming year, Nikken is offering 3 free courses. One of them is called Entrepreneurs Being More. It's going to be the opening day of the Eagle Expo. And Nikken will be providing that for free. Anyone can attend for free. All of your guests can attend that portion for free. There will be a Leaders Being More, traditionally held in August at the Treasure Mountain Scout Camp. There will be a Humans Being More training live in San Antonio, Texas, with the upcoming event in October. But there will be many more things that are online options available at mynikken.com. For instance, right now, there's a book club that's available. There's a brand new thing called the Nikken Transformation Training that has been posted. And how you find that is you go to Nikken.com, mynikken.com, and below the banner on the right-hand side here, you see where it says Grow My Business. And just underneath that, it says Nikken University Online. You can click right there to access all the features of Nikken University, now all free features. It's also where you will go to register, because Nikken still has to plan for the number of people. So the upcoming Entrepreneurs Being More, which is not a Nikken-specific training. It's a training in entrepreneurship. That training, free for everyone, but they still need to know the number of people coming and they need to register there. Okay? Now, transitioning. Retail, a whole new paradigm. We have a whole new set of prices, and we're going to discuss that here in a few minutes, but basically the prices now in over 50 of our products, the new retail price is less than the former wholesale price. There is no longer any reason or excuse, or it should be completely eliminated from our vocabulary, the concept of a retail and a wholesale price. From now on, in the field, we should only share the price, which is the retail price. The price is a deal for both the customer, as well as it is a deal and a major part of our compensation plan that is over half of our compensation plan that was completely ignored before. Previously, we heard people say things like, "Thou shalt not play retail" is the 11th commandment. That needs to be eliminated from our vocabulary. Imagine that you had an attorney that was a brother-in-law or a neighbor, and you had a significant court case that you wanted to run. We wouldn't expect them to donate weeks or months or years of their service for free. We would never do that. So why should we think that we should have to donate our hard-earned efforts to other people for free? You paid for the distributorship. You deserve to be able to earn that money back. You paid for your products to demonstrate. You deserve to be able to earn those monies back. And understand that when you offer someone product at wholesale, and that person thinks that that becomes the normal thing to do in building this business, you are crippling your team. Anytime you talk about a discount or wholesale, signing up for the discount, you are crippling your team, because when that person signs, they think that they have to offer that same discount to everybody else. Discount, and I want you to listen very carefully for this, discount is no longer a reason to sign up. We sign up to do the business. We don't sign up for a discount. Please understand this is a major, major cultural shift. And you are doing people a disservice if you offer at wholesale, okay? In many, many aspects. You are doing them a service and you a service, and all the people you will sign up in the future a major service if you learn to only share the retail price. In fact, many people are saying, don't even use the word retail, the price is the price, okay? So as part of this new culture, we have called creating a registered customer. This is a new paradigm for many of you. You register a customer the same way that you register a consultant, only it's instead of paying the $99, it's free to become a registered customer. There will be many incentives offered by Nikken to registered customers. Last month, they got free shipping if they had an order that was over $250 for the last 4 days of the month. There will be new incentives offered at the end of this month. You want to get as many people signed up and registered as customers so that they can take advantage of these incentives. They will be very well taken care of. Just as Amazon has Amazon Prime for people who are preferred customers, if you will, we're going to have registered customers being taken care of. Regular communications from Nikken and communication that can come from us. We can send specific emails specific to our customers. So folks, don't give up commissions. You worked for it. This is not a hobby. This is a business, and you deserve to be paid. So once again, the new pricing strategy in many of our products, the new retail is less than the old wholesale. This is very customer friendly. It is retail friendly. Walmart thrived in the days of our recession of 2008 to 2012 and 13. They thrived because they had a concept of everyday low prices. Well, Nikken now has everyday low prices. And if you haven't taken a look, you need to take a look. Comforters that were 500 are in the 200s now. The air systems that used to be 1,200 are now in the 400s. The water system, 400 now down to 200, and I want to say it's under 260 bucks retail. So this is a really amazing, amazing opportunity, folks. Don't get this confused. This pricing strategy has a major, major logic behind it. We'll talk about it here as we go. This pricing strategy brought to us a notable increase in sales in November, and because of that, our organization literally a significant increase in sales. But we'll have people in our organization, roughly 80% of the people receiving a check, who their check will double because they chose to sell retail. And I'll explain why that will be. Retail is an opportunity to use OPM, other people's money. Instead of expecting your downline, your team, to create your volume, we're going to have customers. We're going to use other people's money to generate business, not your team. We're not going to rely on internal consumption, if that makes sense. Yes, everyone still needs to get their products. Yes, everyone should be on auto ship to be able to be healthy and we want our teams to live a long time. But this creates a whole new source of revenue for our business, and that is the retail market. So just to give an example, are people more likely to buy something at $48? They might buy multiple things at $48 as opposed to one thing at $101. The Flex used to be $101. It's $100. And you'll see people buying multiple of them for Christmas because they know multiple people that have back problems as opposed to just one and trying to pass it around. So that's the philosophy behind this. We'll have more people buying 3 items for $6 than 1 item for $10. So with that in mind, understand that everybody wins here. The customer wins because they get an absolutely great product at a great price. The consultant wins because psychologically they know the product has value at its full price and they're going to get double the pay. Folks, I want you to take a look at this compensation plan. You see a lot of numbers here. Some 6s, some 5s, some 10s, some 20s. But what is the biggest number on this compensation plan? The biggest number on this compensation plan is the category called retail sales. That literally, up until 1 month ago, there was less than 0.5% of all sales that were done that were retail. It has been completely ignored in our business in the past. And we're now going to open up the largest percentage of the Nikken compensation plan. Who will benefit the most? People who are directs, seniors, executives will see a massive transformation. Silvers will see a massive transformation. But all the way up until gold and platinum, there's a lot of prospecting that takes place, a lot of bringing of new people on board as a major part of your daily business routine. Now, diamonds and royal diamonds, yes, bringing new people on. I just talked to Dave Johnson today. He just sponsored a brand new chiropractor. He talked about last week he sponsored someone new. I had a whole new set of customers come on board. In fact, I had 12 new customers last month and 1 new distributor. But by and large, the people who are going to benefit the most from this are going to be people who are direct through platinum. And let me try to explain this just a little bit with these next slides. If my computer will let me move ahead. Here we go. Creating a registered customer. How do you create a registered customer? Go to mynikken.com, go to My Business, and instead of sponsoring a consultant, you'll see here where it says register a customer. And it looks very similar to sponsoring a new consultant, except for it does not require a social security number. Well, that's the only thing that's different. It will create a password, and they're going to be given an ID number where they can log into mynikken.com and go shopping there. So registered customers can access their accounts through Nikken.com or mynikken.com, and they will have an ID and a password. So Nikken has issued a challenge. The challenge is gather 10 customers and do it now. I'm not talking about 10 customers over a year. Why not see if you can do it in a month? Talking with Carrie Percy, she got 10 new customers in 1 day. 1 day. Well, how do you do that? Maybe you have an evening of wellness party in your house. At the very beginning of the meeting, you just simply pass around a paper that says, hey, everybody who's here is going to get a free registered customer account. So you'll have access to updates, newsletters, discounts, all those types of things. Please put your name, your address, your phone number here. And unless you tell me at the end of this meeting you don't want to be on there, we're going to make sure you get access to all of these technologies. What Carrie did is she just simply called people up and she said, guys, I am so hopping excited. I don't know if you've heard what's happened at Nikken. Have you heard what's happened at Nikken? And they said, well, no. And she said, well, you have got to check out the prices. 50 products dropped by 10 to 50%. Let me get you a registered customer account. Let me set you up so you can log on and see what's happening. She literally signed 10 registered customers up in 1 day. What is your goal for this month? How many customers will you get? And this is a big month. You're going to want to have as many as possible when you see the special that happens at the end of the month. Get the registered customers in. There's still time for them to get their Christmas shopping done and to take advantage of OPM. other people's money. Instead of consuming yourself, build a business. Instead of just eating, instead of your restaurant just being you eating in your own restaurant, use your web page. Get customers going on. So how do we service these customers long term, folks? We want to be the best people at serving our customers as possible. Every time you call them up, go through form, find out what's going on with their family, what's going on with their occupation, their work, their recreation. And then deliver your message. Find out, did they receive their order? Do they need help setting it up? Were they able to use their product? Maybe a couple weeks later, find out what they like most about it. And often you're going to find they're asking questions about, will this help with joint problems? Will this help with sleep problems? Will this help? What do you have for heart problems? And ask, who do you know that has those conditions? Let them know about customer-friendly events that are coming up in your area. Make customer-friendly events. And a big strategy that we're having here is there's some people that are uncomfortable talking about network marketing. Once people use our product, make sure that everyone who uses our product and loves it gets a copy of the 4-Year Career Book. Say, hey, you're going to be talking about this stuff to other people anyway. You might as well get paid for it. Read this and see how simple what we do is and see if you're interested. And you may have people who then transition from customers to becoming consultants. Adam Green did this in his company, and he went from bringing on 400 people in a month to 4,000 people in a month. How many of you would like to bring 4,000 people on a month in your organization? All in favor say aye. Well, we can't hear you right now, but I'm sure there's a lot of people saying aye. So let me give you some examples here, folks. Let's say under the old model, the old price, you sold a bone health pack. Well, sure, it was $176, but no one sold it at $176, or we can count on one hand the number of people who sold it at that. What people did was signed people up because they're going to get on the bone health pack long term, and they got them on auto ship, so they got the least expensive price possible. So if a direct did that, did they make any money? Nothing. They didn't get a retail bonus. They didn't get an override, because you see right here by the direct, there are no percentages in that spot for direct. The only money they can make is retail, and because of the culture that we had, we literally paid them nothing. I had a lady who was so excited about the bone health, she couldn't afford to get any other of Nikken products. She just got on the bone health. And she literally had $1,200 worth of bone health sales every single month, and she never made a dime. And if we had just had this concept before, it would have been a whole different game. So now we have the bone health pack at retail. Retail auto ship is $103.50. Will they get an override as a direct? No, but they'll get a retail bonus of $20.70. That is an infinite percentage of rate of return for a direct. Let's go now to someone who is a senior level consultant. Here on the compensation plan, I've given an extract of that. They make 25% markup for the retail, 5% rebates, and 5% overrides. If they sold a wholesale a bone health pack on wholesale in the old program, they would have made $5.43. In the new pricing structure, where they did it retail auto ship, they would get a $2 override and 8 cents. They get the retail bonus. They give a $22 check. That is a 420% increase. You see what they made before here in gray and what they're going to make now in red. That's a big increase in their sales. That's a 4-fold increase of what a senior would make off of the same product. An executive, here's what they used to do. They used to only get their 10% override, and that override would be $10.85 for selling the bone pack. Well, now they're going to get the retail price, a reduced override, but they're going to have a 229% increase in what they made off of the same sale. A silver level consultant used to make $21.71 override off of the old pricing and the old auto ship. Well, now that silver, they have a reduced override, but their retail bonus is added in. It's they're going to get 134% increase. Folks, if you had that type of an increase, would that be a big deal? Absolutely. So I want to talk about some things that start January 1. We have one thing that hasn't changed that we're going to talk about right here. To receive a retail bonus, there are no minimums. If you sell a product at retail and it gets processed through on the web page, you will automatically receive that bonus money on the 15th of the following month. Nikken will send that retail bonus to you. Some of you order the products at wholesale and sell them to other people out of your home at retail. And you'll still get that automatically, okay? Now the next thing is, in order to get the overrides on your personal group, formerly, and I shouldn't say formerly because it still counts now. It still counts now, this month, that if you do 100 in personal volume, if you eat out of your own kitchen, then it will qualify you for your check on your personal group, meaning everything that everybody else in your team does, that's not a breakaway silver or above. All you have to do is 100 points and you qualified to get that check. And because of what's happened with this concept with the regulation and VEMA and so forth, where we can't have personal purchases qualifying us for incentives or to receive a check or to receive a PIN level, what's happening here is that starting in January, in order to qualify on your overrides, your personal group volume, you will need to do $100 in retail points. Now, 100 retail points, if you're charging full retail, is 125 Nikken dollars. Remember that 25% markup. So when you hear that you need 100 in retail, that's not $100, that's 100 points. 100 points translates to $125. So if you look next on here, we're going to have a new term that's called QPPV. You need 100 QPPV instead of personal volume. You need 100 in qualifying personal point volume in order to receive your check each month. Now, how do you get qualifying personal point volume? It could be a registered customer who does 100 points of volume. It could be, my recommendation is get several people who are on auto ship. Lots of people doing auto ship, and you never have to worry about it. It automatically happens. They get on. Barbara Bertucci is doing a Curb Your Craving seminar, not as it was misprinted on Saturday, but on Thursday of this week. Get a bunch of people on that call. Get several people on the Kenzen Vital Balance. Now at its new, improved, lower price, and you will automatically qualify for that each and every month. If you send an order in January, you do place on mynikken.com and you click the retail button, then it will qualify as a retail sale. We will have some people who will probably look to short the system by simply clicking the retail button and putting the name of one of their kids in. As long as that button is pushed, your own auto ship, if it has the retail button on it, would count as a retail purchase. However, though we can do that, I'm going to recommend to you that you start getting some other people eating out of your kitchen. Get some customers. Get the retail bonuses. Earn some of these. You have 4 people on auto ship of the Bone Health Pack, and yours is paid for, free and clear. How would you like to have the Bone Health Pack for free? How many of you know people that would like to be on Kenzen Vital Balance for the rest of their life for free? Teach them how to get 4 customers, and poof, they've got it, who are buying the same thing. So let me just read this one more time. Your personal wholesale orders and auto ships are still commissionable. They're still very important. They're still a major part of your check, your downline's check, and of duplication. Do you still want to be on auto ship? Absolutely. You want to live healthily. You want to have longevity. You want your organization to live healthily and longevity. You want to use the products. You can experience it and speak about the results that you get. That's just a standard common sense thing that you do if you're going to represent a company or sell something. You're going to sell Cadillacs. You probably don't want to be driving a Volkswagen. Okay? You want to be using the thing that you represent. Our orders are still a major part of our success in achieving wellness and achieving our checks. All of the personal orders of everyone in your organization, you will get paid on, and you'll get paid on your own, provided you have at least 100 points in retail sales starting January 1st. So another reason to start gathering customers and auto-qualify with customers on auto-ship. Now, leadership bonuses. You see over here on the right side of the compensation plan, these 6%. Who's entitled to a leadership bonus? Well, you need to be silver and above, and you need to have a silver or above in your downline. If you're a silver with only executives, seniors, or directs, you don't get leadership bonuses. You have to help someone else go silver to get those leadership bonuses. Well, one of the things that's happened is that there is a requirement that is, I've got a misprint on the screen. Please note this right now. Well, let me escape and fix it right here. Boom. We've always had in Nikken a 5-customer rule. Once again, there has always been in Nikken a 5-customer rule, where at any point, in fact, in my early days, I had times when the verification department would call and make us show receipts for the 5-customer rule. We haven't had that happening for about the past 7, 8, 9, maybe even 10 years. But what has happened because of this case with Vima, Nikken is going to make sure that that is taking place. And so to get your leadership bonuses, that's going to be a requirement that you have at least 5 customer purchases each month. However, we just learned a wonderful fact, and that is that Nikken's computer doesn't have a way of verifying this. So, and they won't. So you're still going to get your bonuses just as you always did by making sure you have your volume in your personal group and you have your 100 points, all those types of things. But Nikken could ask you to verify 5 customer purchases. Go out, folks, get your 10 customers this month, continue to add more, get people on regular auto ship, and you'll have that taking place. So right now, Nikken does not have a way of tracking it. Don't worry about it. Your checks are going to come just as they always did, but know that you need to work towards having 5 customer purchases. So let me go over another concept called quality enrollment and how that will be altered this next year. Quality enrollment is not, I repeat, is not a requirement in any way, shape, or form to get a check with Nikken. It is not part of the compensation plan, but it is part of a smart plan for duplication in your business. This year, quality enrollment has been 500 points, of which 100 had to be your own auto ship. It is still so through the end of December. Starting January 1, quality enrollment will be defined as 500 retail points. 500 retail points. Now, that translates to $625 worth of retail sales. Now, here's what the plan is. If you get quality enrolled and duplicate that in your organization, you quality enroll, you QE is what we call it in period 1. You would be a direct, you'd have a $125 check approximately if you retailed all those products. Before, that was a 0. So this is a great bonus that's there. If you teach 3 to reach 3, you'd become a senior. You'd have about a $140 check. In period 3, that could be day 3, it could be week 3, it could be month 3, hopefully not year 3. But in period 3, you teach your 3 to each sponsor 3. You would become executive of each of those, quality enrolled. You'd have about roughly a $300 check. Continue to duplicate in period 4. You would go silver with a residual of $1,100 check. Duplicate and add 1. That's not an FL. Whoop, another misprint there. You have a QE. Oh, that is an FL. I'm sorry. It's a frontline quality enrollment in period 5. If you duplicate and add one frontline quality enrollment in there, and you continue to duplicate down, you're going to be gold with a 3,200 check. 3,200 duplicate in period 6, you'd be platinum, shy of a $10,000 check, and in period 7, you'd be shy of a $30,000 check and be a diamond. How many of you in 7 months would like to be a diamond? Well, that is the importance of this QE concept. So as such, Nikken has an amazing program called Team Kaizen. We've created within our group a Team Kaizen call that's held every single Monday night. I encourage you, I urge you to jump on to that call and get caught up to date and learn some of the daily practices that will bring you success in your business long term. Now, Nikken's Team Kaizen is again to help everyone have continual improvement, not to rest on their laurels of what they did in their previous business and say, well, I deserve to be good at Nikken because I was good in my previous job. Well, no, that's not so. Everyone here in Nikken starts out at the bottom. Well, let's say you did something really great 5 years ago in Nikken. Does that deserve you to be really great right now? Nikken says we want to recognize people who are building and growing and having improvement in their business, bringing new people on board right now. So this word Kaizen, constant ever-ending improvement, if you will, is going to require 2 things to achieve Team Kaizen. And understand, to get Team Kaizen, there's some pretty significant rewards. That they have not only the on-stage recognition, the magazine recognition, the email recognition, but you're going to get fed unlike any other time in your life. Deluxe, gourmet, unbelievable meals on a trip, vacation, where you are pampered, relaxed, you are royalty, okay? And the other reward of achieving Team Kaizen is you're building towards your future. You're building towards creating your royal ambassadorship. What are the qualifications for Team Kaizen? Right here at the top of the page. Number 1, all current consultants will need to quality enroll every month of 2016. Every month, starting January, there's no month off. You have to qualify every single month in order to be in Team Kaizen. And that's every month of 2016. Get your customers and help them help achieve that $625 in dollar sales, which means 500 points. So when you're looking at the point value, it's 500. Now, if you have someone that signs up mid-year, they sign up in March or June or August. If they quality enroll in the first month that they start out and complete the rest of the year quality enrolled, they have completed item 1 towards qualification for Team Kaizen. Now, this prestigious award requires one other thing, and that is to create 3 new leadership legs. A leadership leg is silver and above. 3 new people who achieve silver or above from October of 2015 through. So it's anybody that goes silver this month counts if they're a new leg for you. So create 3 new silver legs, October 2015 to 2016, and you qualify for Team Kaizen. So folks, what's going to make the difference here? If you believe that this is a major opportunity, if you believe that there's a lot of people who really would love to have our products, who instead of buying a Nikken comforter at $500 can now get it at $280, that thinks that's exciting. If you believe that people, instead of buying our water system at $400, getting it at $250, you think they're going to be excited about that. If you believe that the world needs to have our product technologies and that there'll be a lot of people excited about sharing it at this new price, then you're going to have a great attitude about this, and you will develop a vision for creating an absolutely amazing business. Yay, nigh unto a royal ambassador distributorship, which is my goal. And I actually have a goal of not only doing that, but helping 4 legs achieve royal ambassador. Your future is based upon what your belief is. If you believe the glass is half empty, you're probably not even going to pick it up. If you believe the glass is half full and it's going to fill, and create a glorious future, if you're an eternal optimist, you have the ability to create an absolutely amazing, amazing future. I want to tell you about the game of Risk. I, in my college days, loved the game of Risk. It's a board game. You have armies and strategy, and the goal is to conquer the world. I loved the game of Risk. And in playing the game of Risk, I mean, it could take a long time to play the game of Risk. Up to 3-4 hours. I loved the game. Can I tell you, I loved the game of Risk. Now, roughly 5 years later, I don't know who got the harebrained idea, but they changed it. They changed the way the world map looked. They changed the figures. They changed the armies. They even changed some of the rules, and I was not happy. I'm like, man, I don't like this new board. And I would search and search and search to be able to get the old Risk board game. And, you know, it took another 5 years, so 10 years into it, when I landed somewhere and had an opportunity to play the game of Risk, but there was no old board to be found. And doggone it, I decided to read the new rules. Didn't like them, didn't like to have to learn something new, but decided to play the game anyway. And it was funner. It was a better game. It had more nuances, more strategy. You could make the game long, you could make it short, you could do all sorts of different things you couldn't do before. And I spent 10 years, I waited 10 years to do that because I just simply didn't want to look at the new rules. Well, I'm going to encourage you folks to understand that this new game is absolutely amazing. And if there's ever been a time to run with Nikken, it is right here, right now. And these new rules, these new prices, print off your new price list. And I'd even encourage you to get a copy. If you don't have it, email me. Have an old price list with the old retail prices and let people know, hey, this is what's happened. And I don't know how long it'll last. There's no guarantee we're going to have these prices next month. Now, at this point, it's Nikken's intent to do that, but they could change those prices anytime. So I tell people, hey, get these while you can. This is a great time to get these technologies this month, here and now. So with that, I'm going to stop the recording.